So since I got a little linisher off Marketplace for a few bucks, it's struggled a little bit, and now it's really seemed like it's become very inefficient, and the smoke has come out several times. So I've gone and bought this. There was a 3-day sale on at Hare and Forbes Machinery House, also known as HAFCO, and they had this small little linishing machine, and what I'm going to do today is unbox it, sort of put it together, and then we'll fire it up and give it a few test runs and see how it goes. It should be better compared to the old one. Okay, we've got a couple of boxes and a dog. Let's dig into the small one first. So what do we got? Alright, this is obviously part of the stand. Okay, so this is part of the pedestal. It's got some decent threads in there. They're not too bad, but they could really be greater. Alright, so yeah, these threads are okay. They're not very deep. They're probably only about 6 mil of actual thread engagement. So we'll put that guy to the side and we'll get into the big box. Alright, first thing, instruction book. Alright, another small box. I would expect there to be some sort of fixings in here. Okay, a bunch of brackets. Oh yeah, there's a tool rest and a guard, a bunch of brackets. Alright. Okay, here is the linisher itself. It's not too bad looking. Okay, so the way it works is this pedestal goes in between this base plate and the actual linisher itself. So there's 4 bolts up here, and you have to undo those bolts and then put the stand in between this plate and the linisher itself. So I'm just going to undo those. Okay, we get a stand, plonk it on top of there. Then we probably want to get one of our bolts, a spring washer, then a flat washer. Go up from the bottom. Into there. That's pretty easy. So the original bolts are a bit garbage, so I'm going to use these bolts instead, which are automotive bolts. Alright, so I've stood it up now and it's all plugged in. So I'm going to fire it up and we'll use this bit of angle iron that we used on the other one. See, it only really sort of took the edge off there. But we'll see how it goes on this one. This belt does also run the opposite way to my other little grinder. So this lid is made of pretty thick material. It's like, looks like about 2.6 mil thick, and like it's pretty solid there. I think I probably might end up taking it off because I am constantly doing stuff on the top of my sander, like the exhaust manifold facing and that sort of stuff. So we'll just fire it up and see what it's like. So just on that, it's a fair bit noisier than the last one, which I don't know if I think is too great. It has a graphite pad underneath it, under here. So I'm hoping that it kind of wears in, or it gets a little bit quieter, because yeah, that's like slightly not what I had hoped for. All right, let's do a test. Yeah, wow, look at that. Just from that small time on the belt, it's yeah, it's chunking it out pretty good. I'm super impressed with that. So we're dealing with 2 horsepower here, where the other one had 1/3 of a horsepower. So the other one's like a more of a hobby, and this is sort of like a home gamer, semi-pro. You would buy this if you had a small metal shop, I would think, and you wanted to just face stuff, or take the corner off things, or, you know, kind of round things off, or sort of do a bit of coping on the round end here. So there's a stop there, and if I were to put that on there, you can kind of see the gap where you could put a radius on there, and it would be good for pipes sort of meeting each other. To change the belt on this guy, you don't actually turn these. You put a hex wrench on this, and you turn this guy, and there's an internal thread that you are threading into. That's what it looks like inside. Got a little guy here, and when you pull on that, it retracts this wheel here. So then it just locks there, and you can take the belt off. Very, very easy to change. It's quite convenient. There we are, the belt is off. And here's from my just first going over. It's quite slippery, so I think that once the belt wears in, it's probably going to be a little bit smoother, probably a little bit quieter. It's got quite a large drive drum on it. This is the drum that's connected directly to the motor, and you know, this is the one that does all the driving, and this is the idle. So we've got a rubberized coating on this wheel, quite nice big ball bearings on it, so it should last quite a while. I'm hoping so anyway. Yeah, let's see if we can put another belt on and give it another go. So I just put the cover back on, and I put this blue belt on. This blue belt is an 80 grit like the other one, and this is zirconia material belt. It's slightly more expensive, but it's a much better belt material. So we'll see how it goes with holding the material on for 3 seconds, just like we have done all the other tests. Holy moly, this thing has some guts. So that's what it took off on the last test, and that's the zirconia one. It's those two next to each other. So slightly more, but this zirconia belt will last a lot longer as well, as long as you don't abuse the absolute hell out of it. But you can also see the heat that's gone into it is much more intense on the zirconia one, so the faces are staying sharper for longer, that shows. So I hope this has been somewhat helpful for you in your decision to whether to buy one of those little machines or not. Again, these are from Hare and Forbes, also known as HAFCO. You can find them in most states in Australia, and I believe they are retailed around the world otherwise. So this has been the BS48 linisher and metalworking station. Thanks for watching.